Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a channel and a medium. I'm also a few other things. I'm a mum, a wife, and a business owner. But if you took those other things away, being connected to spirit is probably the aspect of myself that defines me the most. And funnily enough, it's the aspect of myself that is least known by people in my life. So I am going to start a YouTube channel. Makes me cringe a little bit, but why am I starting a channel? Okay, the number one reason is because in connecting to spirit, every time I do, I literally forget everything after the session. So my husband suggested to me that I start recording what I'm actually picking up and receiving, because it's kind of valuable stuff, and I get annoyed because he reminds me, months later, oh, the guides told us about that about 6 months ago, and do I remember? No, haven't got a clue. So I want to remember, I want to know the information and have it stick with me and have it actually impact my life as well as the people I share it with. The other thing is that I know that the information that comes through is incredibly transformative and helpful and can really change people's lives. The people I read for tell me that the reading has really altered how they feel, and they come in feeling down or worried or confused, and they leave feeling reassured, peaceful, excited, inspired. So I know something has shifted in the time during that reading. So I kind of feel like I shouldn't sit on it and I should share it more. There's a reason I have this ability, and I've been hiding it for far too long. So, it makes me a bit emotional thinking about that. But yes, I am going to share it more. So that's another reason for this channel. What else can I tell you? So another reason why I think I should share more is because I also research past lives. And my God, that shit is mind-blowing. The stuff that comes up and the uncanny connections with people's lives in the present is just insane. So I want to share some of those stories because with permission from the people obviously that I've read for, but honestly, some of the stories would blow your socks off. And the other thing that really blows people's socks off, or particularly maybe my husband the most, because he asks the most obscure questions of our guides, but questions about life, reality, the way the world works, the reason for our existence, how our experience is supposed to play out on Earth, are we alone in the universe? All of those massive questions my husband asks and gets all the answers, but I haven't got a bloody clue what those answers are. And so I'd like to get them out as well, because he's been completely blown away, but also his perspective on life has changed as a result of our readings together. And by the way, we, a couple of times a week, we'll sit down and he will just have me connect with his guides and we'll just be talking for a couple of hours. And yeah, so I kind of want to get the benefit of that. I feel a little bit left out. So what do I do when I connect? So I use a pendulum. This is one of a billion that I have around. I usually keep one in most pockets of jackets and handbags and dressing gown and everywhere. So I've always got connection to one. It's kind of like a focus tool for me. So if I don't have a pendulum in my hand, I kind of have an agreement with the guides, with spirit, with myself, that I don't connect. I'm off. So that's mainly so I can get on with my life. Otherwise I'd be a little bit distracted a lot of the time. So I use a pendulum to focus my energy, to focus my thoughts, and to get my conscious mind out of the way so that information can just flow through me kind of unimpeded by my chatty mind. So I use a pendulum and I use charts. So the main chart I use is an alphanumeric chart like this. And actually what happens, because a pendulum obviously can move, the pendulum, somebody started their motorbike literally at this precise moment, which is a bit unhelpful. So what I do with the pendulum is that I hold it over the chart, and when I start to connect, it starts to move. And when I set my intention with who I want to connect, they start spelling out the beginnings of a message. And then from then, the pendulum starts moving very fast. The message grows and grows, and I start to get the words before they are spelled out. So it starts off slow, and then it kind of speeds up, and then before we know it, like, it's just a continuous chat. And I also receive pictures, images. I can hear, it's funny because I can hear voices and their accents. I can't relay the accents. I'm rubbish at that. But I might connect to someone's guide who's American and from the deep south, and can I, for the life of me, relay that accent to the person I'm reading? No, I cannot. But I can see their guides, and I can hear what they're saying. They show me gestures, they show me symbols, and I then interpret those and relay the information. So I connect to not only spirit guides, that's my favorite, because I find the energy is really sort of on a high vibration. It's really light, it's pure, and it just feels good. I also connect to those who've passed. I consciously sort of shied away from that when I first started as a medium, because the energy is very different and I didn't really know how to manage it. It's taken me a while to get there, but now I'm okay with it. But it's a heavier energy, it's denser. But I do still do readings to help people who have lost loved ones. But recently also I've been doing readings to assist, well, not even readings, I'm not reading for a person who's sat opposite me. I'm actually assisting souls who have passed, who have got stuck and have not managed to go to the light and go off because they've got unfinished emotions or feelings or things they have left unsaid. So I find myself coaching people who've recently passed but are feeling a bit confused about where they should be, or think maybe they're still alive and here. So that's an interesting aspect of my work, but it kind of feels like I'm making a real difference to them, because they then tend to go off in peace and just return to source, and they've let go of whatever they needed to say. And yes, it's quite fascinating, but it often pops in when I'm trying to have a conversation with my guides. I'll have somebody jump in. And I have in fact also connected to other races and beings not of planet Earth. That blew me away when that first started happening, but I've had some interesting conversations, and I think maybe I will try in these videos to cover chats with the guides about maybe some of the big questions, telling you some stories of some of the stuff that's come up in readings that will just blow your socks off, and then maybe look at information, or we could try and connect on a video with other races, other beings, and see what comes through. I'm incredibly open. I don't tend to judge the information that comes through. Oftentimes when I'm with somebody, it won't make sense to me, but it will make sense to the person opposite me. I'm really just a conduit for the information. So it just comes in, comes out, and then it's gone. So welcome to my YouTube channel. So if any of that sounds interesting and you feel like you might like to see some future videos, then hit the subscribe button, and I will see you again soon.